G'day everyone! Welcome to another Formula 1 Fantasy Wrap video. This is F1001, the 1001st Formula 1 Grand Prix held in Azerbaijan 2019. My name is Fox Blockhead. I hope you're enjoying the Formula 1 season so far. If you're a Mercedes fan, that's probably the case. Anyone else? Could be a bit iffy. Let's take a look at the Formula 1, the race results from Azerbaijan from a fantasy perspective. So Bottas, he won the race. He got 44 fantasy points. Almost had a perfect weekend for Bottas. Second place was Vettel. He actually came third in the race, but got one more point than Lewis Hamilton, who takes the bronze for Azerbaijan. We also have the top team is Mercedes, and Charles Leclerc changed his boots right at the end and picked up the fastest lap. So 5 bonus points for him for Azerbaijan 2019. You can see 44 plus 31 does not equal 70 because some of those points aren't quite the same. Anyway, over to the top 10 drivers. You can see Bottas is the value pick right now. Far and away the value pick of the Formula 1 fantasy season. His price dropped slightly after 2 second places in China and Bahrain, but I'm expecting that to jump back up a little bit after his result in Azerbaijan. 157 points is pretty good after 4 races. Hamilton, Verstappen, Vettel all getting price rises. Leclerc slightly down after that unfortunate was it Bahrain? That was sad. Raikkonen, Perez, Stroll level, Giovinazzi level. George Russell still very value at just under Bottas points per $1 million. Let's take a look at the bottom 10 drivers here. We have Albon going up slightly, Norris, Magnussen and Gasly over 10 million in the bottom half. Hulkenberg as well, the Ricciardo propping up the bottom. The poor Aussie, he hasn't had a good time of it. He really hasn't. That, I just realised, isn't actually sorted. You may have noticed on the previous page, I think there was another one that wasn't sorted properly. Up the top, Albon and Norris. They should be around the other way. Anyway, you can still see the value. You can still see who perhaps you should be picking. But, as always, past performance is never an indicator of future performance. You might have heard that before. Anyway, there are the drivers. Here are the constructors. Mercedes on top, 299 points after 4 races. That's 4 1-2 finishes. That is a pretty good start to the season. I don't think a team has ever had that kind of a start to a Formula 1 season. Dominant from the first green light. Alfa Romeo is in bold there because they are the value pick just above Mercedes. Williams are doing pretty well. Toro Rosso as well. Again, I didn't, a couple of things that I edited the numbers and then didn't resort it. But you can see how that's all going there. A few teams in the middle around the 9 mark. Renault, unfortunately, languishing at the bottom. Poor guys at Renault in the yellow and black. Anyway, hopefully that gives you an idea for your teams moving forward in Spain in only 1 week's time. I've been a bit slack this week on the video. The dream team for Azerbaijan looked like this. If you had this team and put the turbo on Giovinazzi, then you would have picked up the maximum points. Looking like that per driver, and a total of 210. That would have been a pretty darn good race weekend for you. Mercedes and Bottas, Leclerc, Sainz, Stroll and Giovinazzi. But if you didn't use your money very well, and you picked a dud team, this is the absolute dud team. It's Haas down the bottom. Again, fiddle with some numbers. Didn't sort it out properly before I copied and pasted. Anyway, Haas the dud team from this weekend. Grosjean also a dud driver. Would have looked like this. Oh dear. And if you happen to put the turbo on Gasly, minus 59. Going backwards. That is not a good race weekend. Onto a bonus chance now. In the Formula 1 fantasy competition, there are 2 bonuses you can pick up as you go through the season. The driver bonus. If you qualify in the top 10 for 5 races in a row, or if you finish in the points 5 races in a row, you actually get a bonus 5 for qualifying or 10 for the race. at the end, and that's different from the team. The team is actually both drivers qualify in the top 10 for 3 races. Both drivers finish in the points for 3 races. Again, it's 5 and 10 points qualifying and race. But if you know this, you can actually stack your team at certain times to pick up these bonus points. Now, once they get to 5 or 3, it actually resets. You've got to build up the 3 and 5 again. Mercedes having 3 qualifying, 3 points finishes. Last race was the 3rd, so in China, and they got bonuses for those. So Azerbaijan was the 4th race that they did it. They're back to 1, and then they'll pick it up for Spain potentially again, and then the 3rd race, I think it's Monaco, potentially up for another bonus. But we'll look at that next race weekend. What I wanted to point out here is that these guys, Hamilton, Vettel, Bottas, Leclerc and Verstappen, are all up for a bonus. They have had 4 qualifying runs and 4 race points finishes in the top 10. So this weekend coming in Spain is actually going to be their 5th. So they could pick up a bonus, but surprise packet, Kimi Räikkönen has actually had 4 points finishes as well. Hasn't got the qualifying bonus going on, but could possibly pick up the bonus in Spain if he gets another points finish. So Kimi Räikkönen, with potentially 10 bonus points coming to you, could be a value bonus extra sneaky secret pick for Spain. Let me show you my teams here. This is what I had. I had the turbo on Ricciardo. Poor fella. Red Bull, Perez, Leclerc, Bottas and Russell for a total of 102 points. Not too shabby, but about half of that super bonus that you could have been on. My changes for Spain. You might think that the team looks fairly similar. We're actually going to swap out Ricciardo for Sainz. We're going to keep the turbo up there, but hopefully changing that team just enough to get me some good points come Spain. Follow the signs. My other team looked like this. Didn't have the turbo on Ricciardo. Thank goodness. Turbo on Raikkonen picking up those points. Alfa Romeo didn't do too badly again. Verstappen, Hamilton, Norris. I'm actually, total 109, so just a little bit better than the engine blockheads, but I'm actually going to play my wild card for this team for in between these races. So for Spain, wildcard team. So here it is: Leclerc, Bottas, Raikkonen, Mercedes, Giovinazzi and Russell. So they are the value picks. They fit in that 100 million budget. Raikkonen with that potential bonus chance. I'm going to stick the turbo in him. Hopefully get that bonus 10 doubled for Spain. Well, let's go over and have a look at the league on Formula1.com. Sorry, I should say fantasy.formula1.com. Here's the leaderboard. We've had a new entrant, Kevin. Welcome to the Blockheads League. Salma again taking 1 and 2. Kevin bringing up the rear because he's only just joined. But what I'll do from this point is I'm going to keep a record of everyone's weekly totals and actually divide it by the number of weeks that you've been part of the competition. So hopefully by the end we'll have our overall leaderboard, but we'll also hopefully have a good idea of who the best Formula 1 fantasy player is by the end of the season, by Abu Dhabi in this particular league. So if you'd like to join, I'm going to do that. I'm going to keep it all in a spreadsheet. You're not going to be disadvantaged in that other side competition. So please find the league code, come and join us here. Just want to show you the 2 teams that were top of each of these entrants. We have Hamilton, Leclerc, Gasly, Russell, double on Raikkonen with Alfa Romeo. That looks fairly similar to mine. A 96 though, because it was Gasly rather than, who is it? Ricciardo. So 96, total of 549, overall rank of 60,000 out of a total of 435,000 players, 436,000 players. So there you go, there's Salma's top team. Here's Kevin's top team. This is what he started with. The double of Albon, Mercedes, Sainz, Bottas, minus 13 for Grosjean, but picking up Leclerc's points and the 5 bonus for the fastest lap, 158 points from 1 week. There you go. So no ranking quite yet because you've got to play a couple of weeks before you can be ranked in the official league. You can't just come in, choose a dream team and then be a superstar. But that's it. That's the fantasy wrap for Azerbaijan 2019. If you'd like to join the league, find the link below. And until Spain next weekend, my name is Fox Blockhead. Good luck with your fantasy Formula 1 teams. I'll see you later, alligators.